I didn't even bring up difference of opinion at all in that one. And that's what the intro really is. The intro is really life discussions, difference of opinions, and we checking in on mental health and the well-being of our guests when they're here. But technically, we do topic of discussion too. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. So I was like, maybe I should change the life discussions, not life discussions, but add difference of topic of discussion into the intro. And with that being said, welcome to With Your Old Ass Podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He started
I'm
laughing,
sorry.
bro.
I can't help it sometimes. It's just how you just made that transition. Speaking of, we got people watching.
This dude. Welcome to With Your Old Ass Podcast, where my young old ass and my co-hosts bring you life discussions, topic of discussions, difference of opinions, and we checking in on mental health and the well-being of our guests when we have them. Now, if you allow my young old ass and my co-host here to bar your ears for a minute, we'd gladly appreciate it, because I am your host, Tay Nicole.
And I'm your co-host, Pac Manley,
And together we are
with
With
your
Your
old
Old
ass
Ass
podcast.
Podcast.
I don't know if I was supposed to put my fingers up or not.
He didn't have to.
We don't, rehearse and coordinate this.
It's supposed to be raw and authentic, so there's no need to rehearse, you know. Don't you be immature and laugh at the word raw, cause you
I
was.
wasn't. That wasn't what I was gonna laugh at. I was
Oh,
actually.
I'm just immature then.
Yeah, I was actually trying to find like rehearsals and the dancer instructor be like 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he was going completely different. I'm just the
Yeah.
immature one then.
Yes. Completely.
But I was going to the left, to the left. Is that the left on their screen or is this the left on their
That's the left
screen?
on their screen.
To the left, to the left. Like the real left is this way, so just invert your screen. To the left, to the left.
Invert your screen.
Ain't that the word?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's still crazy telling them to invert their screen.
He laughed like I was wrong, so that's why I had to think.
Sorry, I have the giggles today.
That's all right. I'm feeling good. As y'all can probably tell, I'm in gym attire. Just got me a good little session in. I didn't do any of what technically I did. I did some leg press. I'm up to 230 pounds in my leg press on the the actual leg press machine in Planet Fitness. If you don't know, just go look in there and you'll see it. But I'm up at 230 pounds for leg pressing. The leg extensions, I know I can go past 100, but I don't want to because that shit hurt. We got lift your leg up.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That stuff hurt.
So you end up pulling an ACL.
Childish. And then you got I forget it's called hip abductor. I think is what abduction or something like that. Hip abducted. I forget what it's called.
Sounds like Chris Hansen.
I call it the coochie. I call it the Booty Buster 3000 is what I call it. Then there's another one. I forget the name of it, but it works the inner part of your legs, and I call that the Coochie Buster 3000.
Whatever that first one was called, the hip abduction. Sounds like Chris Hansen needs to be involved.
Hip abduction or something like that. I forget. But it's supposed to work like your glutes and your hips. And I heard what you said. I'm just trying to go past it because ain't nobody. I call you Chris Hansen.
And that's what went through my mind. That's why I started laughing.
I was trying not to go there, bro. You childish. I was trying not to go there. I was trying not to go there. I really was. I was trying to jump past that. Because I already made my immature move earlier. And I was trying to. Fuck it. I'm just immature.
I guess I had to. Sorry.
I call you Chris Hansen. And now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. Don't make me ruin it. Never mind. Boondocks is wild for that.
Man.
They wild for that. I still want to do my little acting reels to using the Boondocks though. I still want to get that done. I just gotta find a time. I gotta start doing better with my planning because I don't be planning shit right, like at all. I need to go do like. I know iPhones have the reminders and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think I need to like instruct my every day. Like I want to get to a point where I can wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym, come back home, shower, and then leave for work. Like that's where I want to kind of get to. But the problem is my time management is ass, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do 5 a.m. Like at least 3 days out of the week. Like if I could do like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, get up at 5 a.m. Like that'd be cool. I know with Monday and Tuesdays that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And I could actually probably get away with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I probably could get away with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because Monday I'm gonna be exhausted, so I probably go to bed early enough to wake up at well, really I have to wake up at 4:30 to take a shower, get dressed, go to the gym, and then come back home, take another shower. That's a lot of showers.
It is.
And then on top of that, I gotta come back home from work and probably wash my ass again. That's a lot of showers. Hey, ain't no wrong having a clean booty though.
Well, at least your body will be moisturized.
Have a moisturized body. Have a moisturized body. Your body be real good. Body swell. Anyway, now that we done loosened y'all up a little bit, let's just hop on in and get the show started, shall we? What? I have been your host, Tay Nicole.
I'm your co-host, Pac Manley.
And together we are
With Your Old Ass Podcast.
So, this is your favorite part of the show, the check-in. I'm just playing. It's probably not your favorite part of the show because this is where we spend a good 5-10 minutes talking about how we feel unless we don't have a lot to talk about. Then we just jump right out of it and jump right into the real meat and potatoes of the show, if you will. Can you dig it?
Like a shovel.
All right now, baby. He could dig it like a shovel. I could dig it like a... Never mind. That's kind of... Never mind. I ain't gonna go that far. That's too far. I was getting ready to go way off the cliff. Way off the cliff. Way too far off the cliff. Anywho. How you doing, Pac? Wait, let me introduce my guest again. Oh, wait. I don't have one.
I'm guess now. Jeez, I done been demoted.
I thought we had Casper, but Casper isn't here today.
I was about to say, I thought I'd been demoted from co-host to guest. Ain't that something?
No, I was going to introduce Casper, but Casper left already, so... You ain't know Casper was right there? The friendly ghost?
No.
I guess he didn't know Casper was here today. Casper ended up leaving because Casper had to go to a ghost party where they dance with headphones on. And all you hear is... But in this case, you'll hear... Because they ain't got no... Never mind. Anyway, Pac, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Except for, my neck been feeling a little stiff lately, but that's about it.
I feel you, my brother. I feel you.
I feel like somebody just hit me in the back of the neck with a baseball bat.
Ooh, I know that feeling all too well. Neck be stiffer than a goddamn board.
But, tis is what it tis is.
I guess he's doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's it's a journey to be all right.
I guess I should be feeling great since we are in the month of November.
This is also true.
But that only reminds me I'm getting old.
Damn, son.
I thought she was going to be like, this is also true.
No, because then that means I'm getting old.
See? Dang, I just brought the whole energy down.
No, I didn't, because I'm still lit. Because I'm still, I'm just now getting seasoned put on me. I ain't seasoned. I'm getting seasoned put on me. My grandma used to always say that, you don't get older, you just get seasoned put on you. So you don't start getting seasoned put on you till you hit your 30s. So you start getting a little bit of that lemon pepper, that Lawry's, that garlic powder, that original Italian spices and herbs should start getting sprinkled on you. And then by the time you like 50-something, you seasoned.
I was about to go somewhere with that, but I'm not.
And then shit, when you get into the ground, you're brine. But that's nothing here conversation. My girl used to say some crazy stuff.
I guess when you get into the ground, that's when you're cooked.
But when you make it to heaven or hell is when you're cooked. So you go to hell, then you're cooked. When you go to Jesus, you're brine, real fine.
But if you get cremated, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one right there.
We're gonna leave that alone. If I'm doing all right, if you can't tell, I've been going to the gym. I've been feeling good going to that gym. I've been feeling real good. Body been good. I need to get some better vitamins, but body been good. Body been real swell, been real good. And I don't mean the backside when I say body. I know Jamaicans, they say body, they mean the backside, but the body good too. Body real good. Anyway, anyway, no, I'm serious though. I've been doing a lot better. Can't say too much for like all aspects, cause some information that I've been privy to about like my internal well being needs some work, but mentally I've been trying to get there so that physically I could be there. You dig me? Yeah. What about you, Pat? How you feeling mentally and physically?
Physically, like I said, my neck's been a little hurt me a little
Besides the
bit,
neck, baby,
but other than that, physically, I'm
you okay?
as good as any 25-year-old should feel. And mentally, I'm doing great. Besides for the past week, it was a little rough at work, but I made it through it. And mentally,
You say as a 25-year-old should?
yeah,
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. You feel it? You know what? You're as young as you feel.
exactly.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Any good advice for anybody today?
Mind your own, you live longer.
I can dig it.
I don't know what brought that, but it's pretty good advice.
I'm gonna just tell you, get your ass in the gym. If you've been sitting here saying I'm gonna go to the gym, I want to tone my body up. I want my pecs to be looking nice. I want that round bottom town. I want that gut to go into my butt. I want them thighs that'll make them say, "Oh my." Them calves. I was gonna say something inappropriate, so I can't say. I can't say that. But them calves that'll make them stop looking at just your ass. I'm talking about from top to bottom, you stack like a Coca-Cola bottle. And for the fellas, you could be a Coca-Cola bottle too if you want to be. I ain't saying you can't. But for the fellas, if you want to be wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, that means a whole nother thing. But at the same time, the women can go, well, wham, bam. He can thank me, ma'am. If you want to look good, either get to the gym or do home workouts. If you're not comfortable being in the gym with people in there grunting or wearing too tight leggings. Speaking of too tight leggings, hold on real quick, y'all. Because I was in the gym the other day, and this man, and the
I didn't
gym is
think it
supposed to
was
be
gonna
a
go
safe
there.
space. And it is. It's a safe space. It's supposed to be. You're supposed to come as you are. However, I want to put this out there for any male or female. Please dress appropriately in the gym because people still do bring their kids to the gym. And I'm going to just keep it at 100. This man had on these super tight leggings. And most men who wear leggings, they wear the little baby booty shorts with them. He didn't have none of that on. I'm talking about just balls out. You can see all his little business. And I do mean little business. I don't think that's appropriate whatsoever. People bring their children into the gym. Please put on some clothes. Nobody want to see that. Now I get it's certain things you just can't hide. But he could have hid that with some shorts. He just chose not to. Because he wanted people to see all little 3 inches. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but that's another piece of advice. Wear appropriate clothes when you go to the gym because kids may be in there. Now that's grown folk. We can look bypass it because when you know how you catch something in the gym, be like, oh, and you stop looking. That's one thing. But kids get grossed out or they just be confused or even intrigued.
Or they might point and laugh.
Or point laugh. He better be glad the little boy And the little girl didn't start giggling because I know they peep game when they seen it. I know they looked at him like, ew. Because I seen it. The little boy was like, and turned his head like, come on, man. The kid's looking at you crazy. Put some clothes on when you go to the gym. The gym is not a place for you to be trying to show off your assets. Okay? You want to do that? Go to strip club. You can show all your assets there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah. That's double part advice.
What? Hey, we're back.
We are. Sorry. I derailed for a second because that really did irritate me when I seen it in the gym. Like, come on, bro, put some clothes on. These babies ain't signing up for this. I didn't sign up for that. Yeah. Then today at the gym, it was some creepy dude. Everywhere I went, he kept popping up.
Mm.
Then when I left the gym, I was after getting my groove on because I was listening to T-Pain. You don't want to drink no more. You ain't bringing no dope to the table. You ain't able. She be like, I got it. Pull $1,000 out of side pocket. Sorry. That's my jam. I love that song. Started like that more than I like Club Husband. And Club Husband is a bop. But anyway, but no, I'm leaving the gym. I'm in there getting my groove on outside my car. I just happened to look up. I'm like, why is this man out coming out of the gym all of a sudden? Like, I went to one machine, he popped up near me. I go to another machine, he pop up near me. I leave that machine. It's like he just kept popping up, popping up, popping up, popping up. So I continue to dance in the parking lot next to my car with my fanny pack on. And anybody that know me know what my fanny pack is. And I just kind of watched to make sure he left the parking lot before I left because it made me feel uncomfortable. Because everywhere I went, you went. And then mysteriously, when you see I left, you try to give it 2 minutes and then you leave. That's creepy. Don't do that. That's some creepy stuff. That's another bit of advice. Don't do creepy stuff when leaving the gym. People get spooked when they leave in the gyms. And my fanny pack is always ready. It stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. But anyway, any good steps that you've taken to continue to better your life? That's a no.
No.
He said my life is already where it needs to be immensely. So he think. Because I disagree.
Okay. I didn't say that. I just said no.
I was saying for me, I disagree.
Oh.
I can't tell you what steps you need to take to better your life. I was saying no, for me, I disagree. Because I haven't been doing the right thing. I need to eat better and eat more often. I have a problem with only eating once or twice a day. I don't eat enough protein. I be slacking. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I be slacking. I need to do better at getting my vitamins. I be blowing money on frivolous crap and not blowing money on the right stuff. So yeah, I need to do better when it comes to eating better and taking my vitamins. I did good though. I did take my multivitamins. I took those for 30 days consecutive. I did good, so I know I can do it. I just need to buy the full amount of vitamins that I need for my day-to-day consumption or my week-to-week consumption and stuff like that. So yeah, I could be doing way better in that department, in the eating and vitamins department, because I'm getting older. I'm 30. You know. God damn. I got it. Pull $1,000 out my side pocket. I'm sorry, that song gonna be running through my head all day. But yeah. Anything else you gotta give him, Pac?
X gonna give it. No.
X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it. Oh,
Sorry.
he tried to pull the other song out my head or something. Or
No.
that was just what you was feeling. That's what you was feeling.
Well, you said give it to him. You got something else to give it to him. That's the first thing that went to my head was X gonna give it to him.
I can dig it. Yeah, well, that's the check-in. So right after check-in, we'd like to hop into
Topic of discussion.
But before we hop into the topic of discussion, what else do we like to do? We like to thank y'all for tuning in week after week with your homeboy and your homegirl, your homeboy Pac and your homegirl Tay, and we really gladly appreciate it wholeheartedly. But we also would appreciate if you could follow us on Instagram at WitChaOlAsxPodcast. You can find that link either in the bio on the main page or in the description of this video. You can also follow me personally at therealtaylor.nicole. And you can follow this brother right here at
Pac Sinatra underscore Pac underscore Sinatra.
I used to mess up mine, now he messing up his.
Hey,
But if you'd like to just follow us individually, you can. But we also would gladly appreciate if you continue to follow the main pod. You can also find us on Facebook as well as WitChaOlAsxPodcast. We're over there. We have community conversations that we might not be able to have over here that we can have over here, but maybe you're too shy to talk about it over here. But in the meantime, between time, we thank y'all wholeheartedly for tuning in and watching us. Just make sure y'all do us a favor and give us a like, share, and a comment, because we will appreciate it. Anything else you want to thank them for, Pac, or anything else you want to add to that?
thank you, God, for keeping it cordial in the comments.
Oh, yeah, we appreciate that too. Now back to the show. All right. So we're back into it, and we are jumping back into what again?
Topic of discussion.
And today's topic of discussion is what again?
It is giving advice. No, was it giving advice and not using it?
I think so. Giving advice and they don't want it, and they don't take it.
Yeah,
Giving advice and they don't take it. That's
it's about the same thing.
basically, yeah. Giving people advice and they don't take it. Um, to me, I'm just keep it real. Giving people advice and they don't take it, and you keep giving them advice and they don't take it, you an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Cause okay, let's break down. What is giving advice?
Um, you know, never really quite tried to define that before.
I feel like giving advice is like in the beginning of our show when I always said that we got any advice to give you, right? That's open advice, meaning that you could take it or you can't. That's not advice that I'm instructing to give to you. That's just open advice. But constructed advice. So maybe I should clarify what is constructed advice. Constructed advice is where you come to me and you say, "Hey man, I got this business opportunity of a lifetime. I don't know if I should take it because I'm on my last $3." And I give you great sound advice. You know, that for sure looks like a good business market, good business plan. And it is a risk, but at the same time, it may have its possible outcomes that are 90-10. I give you that constructed advice that you asked me for. And then you turn around and you pull out your deal. And then you lose money or you lose the good business deal. And then you come back to me again for another bit of constructed business advice. I'm not giving you shit else. Especially if I done gave you advice multiple times. So given that you got two different types of advices you can give. Constructed advice or open advice. I think I'm using constructed advice. I think I'm using that word correctly. I think.
I believe I don't know.
I think it's constructed advice. Or requested advice. Maybe let's do that. Requested advice. Because I might not be using that term correctly. I don't know. But either way go. You got requested advice and you got open advice. Open advice, free to any and everybody. I want to say constructed again. Requested advice, you ask for it. Now for you, now that I've broken it down how I see it, how do you see advice? Do you see it as a two parallel universe, or is it a one
Yeah,
road?
no, it's two. It's a two road. Two. What'd you say?
Just use your term,
But
baby.
yeah, it goes both ways, because you can't come from me for advice, and I give it to you, and you just basically, not listen, not take heed to it. But also on the, I guess, back end of that, like, do you take advice from someone that doesn't necessarily use their own advice?
See, that's a difference though. Because if you don't take your own advice, of course I'm not gonna listen to the shit you say. I'm not even gonna ask you for advice. If I've seen you do something, like for example, me telling people go to the gym, right? If I had never stepped foot in the gym, and if I can't pull up my Planet Fitness tracker and show that I've been to the gym, I can't say and tell y'all to go to the gym. I
Well,
can't.
you can, but
No, I can't.
it
No, I can't. Cause how am I preaching something that I ain't doing?
Yeah.
Now me trying to go to the gym and me, even if I only go once or twice a week, and I say, hey, you should go to the gym. At least
At
I'm
least you're
trying for
trying.
myself,
Yeah.
right? But if I'm in here like, you need to go to the gym, you need to go to the gym, and I ain't touched the gym or worked out at home ever, I ain't got no business telling you what to do. Now it's also on the back end. I can't keep coming to you for advice. Never take your advice or even remotely listen to your advice, because don't get me wrong, sometimes people give you advice that you go against because the advice that you thought they were going to give you didn't really correlate with what your plans were already, which is kind of why you shouldn't go to people for advice if you already have a correlated plan. If I already have a plan for something, I shouldn't go to you for advice. Maybe I should come to you with the intent of telling you my plan, allowing for an open advice, not requested. If you hear something I tell you based on my plan, you're like, you could tweak this a little bit. I'll listen to some open advice. But I'm not gonna come straight to you and be like, hey, I got this business plan. Tell me what I should change. That's requested advice. But if I say, hey, I got this business plan, I do want to hear your opinion. That's open advice.
So would there be a difference between advice and opinion?
Sometimes. Sometimes there's a difference between the two. Sometimes. I gotta get comfortable a little bit. Hold on. My neck kind of hurt a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Um, ooh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, was you asking me to?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had something that you wanted to spill with it too.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, sometimes there's a difference between advice and opinion, because sometimes you can literally just be having a genuine conversation about something that's full blown opinion. It's not advice. It's not nothing that For example, I was talking to my niece about dating. What our conversation was based upon, the vast majority of it was advice. Me advising her on proper ways to go through the dating process. My opinion in our conversation was, you know, steering clear of, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, because that's my opinion on what may make her uncomfortable. It's not advice necessarily. It can go both ways, yes, but in the way I communicated that with her was more of my opinion about dating and about what comes along with dating. My advice was more so just giving her the tools to be safe when dating. So it can go both ways. Your opinion can lead into advice, and your advice can lead into an opinion, but they are separate entities at some point. Yes.
I can only answer because you on when you was talking about earlier, you was like, if I come to you for your advice and you give your opinion.
Hmm. At what point do people over exert their advice on people?
Oh,
When do you feel
that's
like
just
like you went too far? I asked you this and you went full blown to the wrong side.
people start telling you what you need to do instead of advising you. They're basically telling you.
So it's not even advice no more.
Right. It's and there it goes. Went off the rails.
Now, as a person that's giving advice, if you've given somebody advice on the same subject, I don't know, 3 times, are you wrong for telling said person, don't come to me no more for advice about this subject? I done told you 1,001 times. Every time I give you my advice, you go against it and then you lose and then you keep coming back to me. What is this, trial and error?
No, you ain't wrong. You know,
Sorry, I got
sometimes
some dead skin on my lips. So I'm trying to get it off.
sometimes it's like beating a dead horse. You know, it's only so much I can advise you before I just like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
Be because I was gonna use an example, but I don't want nobody to come for me in the comments. But I'm still gonna use it.
Yes, this is an open
It's like
place.
when your homegirl or some dating a man, and you know man's not particularly right for her, and that she, you know what I'm saying?
So are you giving advice or are you giving your opinion?
Yeah,
Because
yeah. That's what I
this
was.
is where the lines get blurred.
That's what I was trying to get to. That's why I said she comes to you for advice,
No, I heard you.
and
I was gonna let you keep. I was just saying in my brain for the viewers. But anyway, she comes to you for advice.
you give her advice, and she says she's gonna leave this gentleman, or vice versa, male
Mm-hmm.
gonna leave, and they don't, and they come to you, keep coming to you, and keep coming to you. It's like, yeah, what's the point at this point?
So using your example real quick, because I want to clarify something, because maybe the point was there and maybe I missed it by accident. So said homegirl with bad dude, and old girl's opinion, right? But old girl believes her man might be a bad dude, so she goes to homegirl and say, "What do you think?" Basically, like, should I leave him? Should I not leave him? Homegirl say you should leave him, and the other one like, nah, I'm gonna stick beside him,
Well, you got some people that be like, all right, I'm gonna leave him,
and they never do.
and they never do.
So that's a perfect example. But here's the thing that I always wonder, because in my past relationships, remember I've told you, and I think I've said it on here before, my family never told me to leave anybody. They might have stated their opinion on how the person might not last and how they feel against the person, but they never physically was like, you need to leave that person. So when people are giving their advice on a person, or even if they come to them about that person, right? And damn, I lost where I was going with that. Oh, and let's say that the person, you know, does eventually leave said person. At what point do you think that people should kind of just mind their business and allow a person to go through the motions? And at what point do you think they should intervene or try to intervene? And when the intervener doesn't work or the advice they try to give doesn't work, when should they back off?
Yeah, that's a slippery slope because, like I said earlier at the beginning of it, mind your business, you live longer. Now, it's one thing if a person comes to you, but it's another thing if you just exert your opinion or what you believe is advice. Sometimes
Mm,
sometimes you just gotta let people come to you. If they don't, you can throw it out there. You don't have, some people are aggressive with trying to give advice or their opinion,
mm-hmm.
and that's where you can take it a little bit too far. But if somebody comes to you, it, I want to say it's your moral duty to help them.
Now you hit the nail on the head
But
earlier.
if they don't come to you and you see them going through this and doing that, you can be a good person and throw something out there to them, or you can just sit back and watch the world burn.
Sorry, I seen something
It's
blinking.
my show now. God dang it, she's back.
Um, it was something you said, and I'm trying to retract my brain to think about because you just said a mouthful there. Pause. Um, and I was trying to. It was one thing I was trying to retain, and I just lost it that fast. Um, what was it? Doggone it! Because when people go through abusive relationships, right? Oh, that's what it was. He said what you believe to be advice, because that's where I was going with my next question. Because at some point in time, sometimes people give what they think is advice and it's really just a fucking opinion. I've seen that one too many times. Like, advice in real time, advice is only just an opinion. It really is. But they are still different at some point. They do still have, it's hard to explain, but at some point they really do have a difference in each other between an opinion and advice, because a lot of times, I guess the big difference would be advice almost is always when somebody comes and asks you,
I
or
was just thinking that.
or when you give open advice, which is just like, oh, you should, try to eat healthier, or
Touch grass.
touch grass. So I guess in a way, requested advice is literally advice. Open advice is an opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's my open advice. That's kind of like, when you brought that up, I'm like, damn, that's kind of, because everybody has their idea of what advice is, and like, I can have a conversation with somebody, a genuine conversation, and we'll be talking about, you know, apples and oranges. And they're like, damn, that was good advice on them apples and oranges. And in my back of my mind, I'm like, nigga, that was an opinion. That wasn't no advice. That was just an opinion. But everybody perceives something differently. So whereas I'll tell you something, he'll tell you something, his will be an opinion, mine will be advice, or vice versa. And he'll be the one that thought he gave advice, and I thought I gave an opinion. But you saw it as something different.
But you saw us just running our mouths. No, I'm playing.
That too. You could have been like, these motherfuckers don't know what they talking about.
Yeah, it's all in perspective.
Perspective.
That is perspective.
And speaking of perspective, we have another segment in the show, because I feel like we're getting close to the end of topic of discussion. You got a good gist of what the topic is about. Okay. Nod your head, motherfuckers. Jumping from perspective, the term perspective, if you will, we jump right into this thing called difference of opinion. And sometimes we have a difference of opinion, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes our difference of opinion are the same opinion. But we'll see today in the topic of difference of opinion. Uh, since I am your gracious host, I'll let the co-host decide who goes first today.
You can go first.
Okay.
I was looking for a coin to flip.
That's
But
hilarious.
I don't have any coins on me. Pimps don't jiggle. Or Jing. I forgot. Whatever. Keep going. Just act like it never happened.
I'm weak. So, difference of opinion, if you guys don't, let me do a quick little read down. Difference of opinion is when we discuss what we feel about the topic itself. How we may feel about it personally, or what we just grew up around. We just talk. And some of it may sound like a repeat from what you heard the topic of discussion, because sometimes we kind of bleed into difference of opinion with our topic of discussion, and sometimes we don't. But ultimately, that's what the hell it means. So let's jump right into it, shall we? So for me, I kind of said a little bit of this earlier. When it comes down to giving your opinion, or giving your advice, giving your advice and people don't take it, I honestly feel like you should just stop giving advice then. If people consistently ask you for advice and they never take your advice, stop giving that motherfucker advice. Point blank in a period. I don't give a dog on it if it's a different topic, different situation. I don't care at this point. If I done gave you 50 million different pieces of advice, and you come for, first of all, I shouldn't even give you that many, but then let's just say I did, and you come to me for 51 million more, I'm an idiot for keep giving you 51 million more. Because why? You didn't take the last 50 million. Why about to give you another 51 million? For what? Clearly, my advice ain't good enough, and just ask me for my opinion at that point. Don't ask me for no advice. Don't ask me for no advice. I'd rather you come and say, hey, I need your opinion on something, than ask me for my advice. Because when you ask me for my advice, I'm assuming you're going to take part of my advice. When you don't take none of my advice, that is aggravating as hell. Don't do that. Don't come and say, hey man, I need your advice on something. And I give you 30 good minutes of some great advice. I'm not gonna probably give you 30 good minutes of some great advice. But let's just say I did. And none of that 30 minutes of my advice did you take. If you only took 30 seconds of my 30 minutes of advice, I appreciate that. Because at least you retained what I said, and some of what I said meant something to you. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes advice that people can give you, like I said earlier, can get misconstrued in your mindset. But if you already have a plan, don't ask somebody for advice. Because when you come to a person for advice, that means you're not 100% sure about your plan. That means you have no full guidance to where you're going. So why in the flying would you come and ask me for advice if you already know where you're going? Motherfucker, ask me for your opinion. It's like, hey, I need your opinion on this. Because I feel like I have it down packed, but a good another set of ears, another voice of opinion or reason could potentially help out, and it may turn into some advice. It may, but don't sit here in my motherfucking face asking me for advice, and you know goddamn well you just need my opinion on something. It's a difference, bitch. Don't play with me like that. And I'm speaking from the heart, cause I really truly hate that. Don't do that. Cause listen here, Mama Tay don't play that. Mama Tay don't play that. Okay, she don't play that. Don't do that to me. And one more thing before I pass over to my gracious co-host. Don't y'all go out here giving motherfuckers advice or opinions that they didn't ask you for. Because that's another problem. You motherfuckers quick to want to tell somebody what you would have done or what they should have done or how this could have worked. They didn't ask you that. The motherfucker didn't come and ask you nothing. They were gonna spew in nothing. Motherfucker come and you go see they play. And they get a standing ovation. You that one motherfucker in the crowd that want to go talk to the playwright and be like, I would have did. Bitch, they didn't ask you. They didn't ask you. They got a standing ovation. That's like people in Tyler Perry's comments, and I love me some TP. That's why I keep bringing him up. That's like people in Tyler Perry's comments. I wouldn't have dragged Karen's pregnancy out that long. Shut the fuck up. You ain't write the script. You don't know the plot, the story, or the timeline of what shit is in, but you just got your opinion and your advice. Keep it to yourself. Whole ass nigga. Miss me with the whole ass shenanigans. Sorry, y'all. I got a little overzealous. But I'm done now.
And with that said, we'd like y'all for tuning in. I have been your co-host, Pac Manley. No. She went in, didn't she? Like I don't even know how I can follow that. You know,
And he always does it to himself.
it's hey, but I'm just saying it's I'm just gonna piggyback off of what she
I
said.
took it personal.
Yeah, hey, some people do. Yeah, if stop coming to me for advice if you ain't gonna use it, and I'm gonna stop giving it to you if I see you not using it. Because at this point, it's not advice no more; it's an opinion. I'm just talking just to be talking, wasting my breath that I could be playing the flute or the French horn with. I don't play neither one of those instruments, but anyway.
I play the flute.
But yeah, and then also, like she said, stop giving your advice and opinion. Sometimes people don't want to hear that. Like, because I'm not going to say who it is, but, sometimes when I go to work with a certain dish, I have a coworker that, oh, what you eating? And I tell them what it is, and oh, I wouldn't eat that. I used to like that, but I wouldn't eat that. Like, then you ain't eating it now. Like, I don't care. Shut your mouth. Let me enjoy my meal. Jeez, it irritates my soul every time it happens. And it makes me want you to cook it more and more and more just so I can just.
What is it?
It's salmon.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt him because I'm not supposed to, but I'm sorry.
It's salmon. Every time I go to work with salmon, that one person is
she about to be mad for the next 3 days. Then
good.
Just for that, she about to be mad for the next 3 days.
Good.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to interrupt him, but I'm sorry.
That's all right. Good, but there is a lot of people that just can't help it sometimes. Like you see on the internet all the time with, I don't want to specify certain person or people, but Karens, we all see these Karens out here that, like I recently saw a video, person had a fuck Trump sign on their lawn, and one of their neighbors decided to come and take it down. And her whole thing was, well, there's kids over here. And then you hear somebody down the street saying, leave that person's sign alone. Yeah, fuck Trump. That's their belief. It's,
Them kids are probably worse.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that neighbor's kids is heard worse. But you know what I'm saying? It goes right back around to mind your business, you live longer.
Amen.
Because, who was to say that when you came on my lawn and snatched my sign, I could have, I don't know what you're doing. But I kind of derailed off of that. But yeah, stop trying to force people to believe what you want what you believe.
Amen.
We don't all believe the same. We all might have some similar beliefs. And, one person, just because y'all believe the same thing, one person might view it a little bit different than how you view it. It's the reason why we are all unique individuals. Let me repeat that. Unique individuals. And to go back around to the topic of discussion, hey, if the advice is requested, please do your best to give somebody requested advice. If you want to give open advice, hey, by all means, you know, you have a mouth and a brain, use it for good. But stop forcing people to listen to what you got to say or how you feel they should live.
Amen.
I think that's the longest I ever went.
I think so. Yeah. About almost 4 minutes.
Hey,
Good job.
it's a very,
It's a very straight to the point topic. I'm sorry, were
yeah,
you
yeah,
done?
well, yeah, I was done, but
Okay.
I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna say straight to the point topic, but it's a very compelling topic.
that's true. But I wanted to bring this in, and this is the final thoughts section. One thing that I wanted to bring up, and this is how I could practice what I preach when I say don't give advice or open up your mouth and give opinions where people don't ask. Because you can ask my best friend. When me and her used to go to the gym, I would see people doing exercises, and I would want to go over there and be like, "Hey, did you know if you try this, this, that, and the third, like I know I wouldn't like people doing that. Well, nah, actually, I wouldn't give a fuck if people did to me, unless I'm in a position where I really don't want to. I don't want to be bothered. But people don't know you're every day, so they don't know. But I literally will see people doing certain exercises. And I'm like, ooh, I bet you if they only would adjust and do this, if they're trying to target this. But I would ask before I just give them my advice anyway. I'm like, what are you trying to target? But at the same time, I'm not their fucking personal trainer, so it's not my fucking job to come over and ask them what the fuck they're trying to target, let alone get in their business. However, I learned to fight the urge of going to go tell people stuff that because what works for me don't work for everybody. And the older I got, the more I learned that. And don't get me wrong, I still do be in the gym seeing people working out and be like, boy, they gonna hurt their motherfuckers so they keep doing that. Or they ain't gonna get the results they're looking for because they posture is wrong. And I get it. Sometimes you see people getting ready to hurt themselves and you just wanna get involved. But I'm gonna be real. If you're not a child, I can give a damn at this point. Cause you're grown. You're gonna have to bump your head. And even if you're a kid, you have to bump your head, hurt your ass, hurt your back, hurt your left toe before you learn not to stub that motherfucker again. So it sucks, but the older I've gotten, the more I've learned that truly, like he says, minding your business, you'll live longer. And honestly, some stuff just ain't for you to go bothering people on. Now, don't get me wrong. If I see you about to really truly hurt yourself, especially in the gym, I'm gonna try to help you. Not give you advice or nothing like that, but I'm gonna try to save you, help you. Like for example, if you doing the bar, bench press, and I see that thing about to slip and you about to yourself, I'll help you. I'm not gonna tell you how to lift though. It's not about that's not what I want to do.
Hey, now you just ruined this person's chances at a lawsuit. No, I'm playing. I'm
Lawsuit, your
playing.
goof ass bench pressing, you should know your weight capacity. You know, like for example, when I do the leg press, I know how gradually to go up. Like I said, I'm at 230 pounds on the leg press. I can go higher than that. Yes. Do I want to? No, because I know the possibility of me accidentally snapping my damn kneecap. So, like, it's just learning how to develop, and with time, with age comes what is it? Is it with time comes age, and with age comes wisdom? I think that's how it goes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a true saying. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of salt and pepper, a little Lawry's and lemon peppers and the garlic powder. I'm getting a little bit of that spices and herbs sprinkled on you, girl. But
And and with that, um, just walking up to somebody, telling them, they should be doing this, you kind of open yourself up to getting cussed out.
ooh, that is so true.
You know, not
Or
everybody is
getting
not going to be welcome as you think,
running your mouth.
you as you are, or you think you are, hey. And then next thing you know, you got a whole big fight going on in the gym or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
You
Because that's
know.
the same thing like going out in public. Don't get
Hmm.
me, when kids be screaming and hollering, we all say it.
We all have that
I
urge.
will tear that head up. You ain't gonna be sitting in here doing all that screaming, embarrassing me. However, do we go and say something? And by us, I mean us. No,
Definitely
we don't.
no.
We see it. We just don't say nothing.
What?
Because we get it. We get it though. Kids are gonna be kids. Cause don't get it twisted. Our kids will try to act a plum fool in the stove too. You heard what I said, try. And some of them will do it and will not like the outcome of their trying to do what they thought they was gonna be able to do. But, you know, teach his own.
Yeah.
But like he said, go try to get somebody some advice that don't want to see if you can get your ass cussed out.
Leave yourself open for it. You asked for it, basically, at that point.
Right.
And now you want to scream, hell.
You ever been in a grocery store and somebody see you getting some specific type of food and they ask you how you cook it?
Yeah.
Is you gonna go cook it, ho? Cause don't ask me for advice that you ain't even writing it down. That's another thing.
I have
Don't
photographic memory.
don't
Well,
come
I ain't
at
showing you a photo.
facts. Um, don't come asking me for advice on how to cook something, and your bow-legged, raggedy ass ain't even writing down the recipe or the instructions. Cause when I ask my mama how to cook something, I'm typing down those instructions because I don't have time for her to be like, "I told you how to do it. Why you ain't write it down?" God dog it, I'm hungry. I can hear my I probably hear my stomach growling. I'm a little hungry. That gym got me hungry,
But all that said,
hungry. No, for real. Yeah. But sincerely, we do want to thank you guys for listening and tuning in to With Your Old Ass Podcast. We highly, gladly appreciate it. We hope that you learned something, listened to something, and borrowed something, and understood something. Uh, but in the meantime, in between time, I have been your host, Tay Nicole.
I'm your co-host, Pac Manley,
And once again, together we are With
with
Your
your
Old
old ass
Ass
podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, I thought we was
Boom,
gonna
doo,
point the
doo.
fingers.
You want to point the fingers?
No, it's
You want to do it
okay.
again?
No, it's all right. You don't have to point the fingers with me because I didn't point it with you at the beginning.
True. But before we close out the show, we do got a dope handshake we want to show y'all. Let's show them the handshake, Pat. Why you not sitting right? Turn your body a little
Oh,
bit.
I'm about to say, how am I supposed? I was sitting
Cause
right.
we can't do it like that.
Yeah, we can do it all the time.
I hit myself in the kneecap.
Yeah.
But peace out.
Roll credits. Do, 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 do.